The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
And on the co-main, we had, IBF super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer, who's probably the most active champion in boxing these days. I mean, bro defended, was it either 4 or 5 times within a year period since he went off Billy Deb, and he faced a freshman. What is it? I can't even pronounce his name. It's Guillaume Freneau. You forget. I might just call him Frenchie for short.
Yeah.
But this fight, though, one thing about that fight is Tevin did. I honestly thought he did a very good job in channeling Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I mean, he had him on his trunks and everything like that. And he did to a degree. I'm not saying he did like a full Sweet Pea impression, but in terms of how he was ducking and dodging and moving, it was class, But unfortunately, like LB and I discussed on the Sweet Pea podcast, sometimes like people who are overly defensive sometimes forget you have to put some offense behind it. And this is what I think Tevin failed to do in this particular fight. Like, the guy that he was fighting was nobody special. I personally thought he could have stepped on the gas a little bit, try to get him out of there. And of course the crowd got a little restless about it, and they didn't like it too much. There were several boos going on.
I don't blame him, because the opponent was aggressive enough where Farmer needed to match that aggression, and he did it in spurts. And
LB, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
No, I'm saying, no, I'm saying basically, I don't blame the crowd being bored and booing at times. It's because the opponent was aggressive enough for where Farmer could have matched his aggression or really countered and really, made it a better fight. He matched his aggression in spots, but not enough for a whole 12-round fight. It was basically the same fight. If you watch 5 rounds of that fight, you saw the whole fight.
Basically.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's what you said. Pat was exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I love that Farmer always tries to channel his inner defensive Pernell Whitaker, but I just hate how he never puts himself in a position to land offensively. Like, you gotta at least transition from defense to offense, and he hasn't figured that out, how to transition. It's just defense, and he's not even putting himself in any position to transition offensively.
No, and the funny thing is too is that he actually in his previous fight, he actually had a pretty good grapple, and he actually did let his hands fly.
Yeah,
and almost stopped the guy.
Even in the fight before that, like his last 2 fights, he kind of let his hands go a lot more. But and I don't know what happened this time.
And I was actually and I was in the house when he actually scored a knockout, which blew my mind. I actually saw Tevin Farmer actually stop somebody live, bro.
When he puts his punches together and he balls up his fist and he lands his knuckles and he puts his punches together, Tevin Farmer has decent offense.
Yeah,
it's just mentally, like his game, his style. He just, if you had like a meter that if you put fucking offense was Prime Pacquiao, Sam Soliman, Margarito, Paul Williams amount of punches, The other opposite was fucking. Let me see. Corey Spinks, Miguel Vasquez,
Claudia.
Claudia, Broner. Fuck it. Let me see. Okay, when you look at that meter now, we all got the visualization. You know. Farmer, he doesn't fall directly in the middle. He falls closer to that other spectrum with Broner and Claudia and all of them. Now, he has potential. He has the skill to go closer to the other side of the spectrum with Pacquiao and all the other guys who throw, who have crazy offense, But a lot of these niggas just want to look fucking pretty in the ring, man. I'm confused. Niggas just really want to look good.
I don't think you're wrong.
No, not at all. I mean, and it was a shame too, because like I said, I mean, had Tevin put him away, it would have gone a long way into having people demand oh yes, Tevin, he stopped this dude or whatever, and he dominated his other mandatory. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely need to see Tevin in with a top fighter, preferably another champion. So obviously, like I said, Tevin, he retained his belt pretty easily, per se. And so with that happening, it sparked up another demand for a much talked about fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who also fought that night in a main event. His fight did not last 12 rounds. His fight, it basically looked like it was going to get interesting, and then Tank in I think it was in round 2, landed the shot on Nunes that pretty much ended the fight. Now, do you guys think that stoppage in that fight was early or late or on time?
That was kind of early.
LB?
I mean, we all knew what was going to happen. So, I mean, to me, it's right on time, bro. Like, we all know this guy was brought in. Look, like, why let this guy get his ass kicked any more than he's going to get? You know what I mean? I mean, I just don't fucking care enough. Like, honest to God, I don't even know how much the guy made. But hey, good job. He didn't get beat up too much. He felt some heat, but we all knew the outcome, man. Like, a bad stoppage on a Tank fight right now at this level in this game. The niggas he fighting now, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's just like, oh yeah, pretty much everyone's now used to he's facing another Hispanic fighter. He won, he knocked him out. So now it's just basically now, just like Tevin Farmer, now it's just like, when is Tank gonna fight Threat? Now, to his credit, Tank does have a Jose Pedraza on his record, which is seen as his best win. But it's like now, since it's like
Obama was still president when that fight happened, ain't it?
Yeah.
It was so long. It was
pretty much niggas are like, yo, give me some more, Busta Rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, now you have two of the 130 champions on there who've been, no, it's not like one of those things where it's just like, oh, they should fight each other. It's more like they've been talking about it, they've been talking
on Twitter, fight everywhere, a bunch of times.
Yeah. It's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of insults over different social media and whatnot. And we're just like,
these niggas stalk each other over Instagram. It's kind of pathetic. Low key, not Harlem.
Yeah, not Harlem at all. But also too, it's just like, but then when you get to okay, somebody's promoter make the fight. Tevin, yeah, I'm not sure it's on him. Tank. it's not on us to make the fight. You know, it's just like, who the fuck
Oh
is
no, you gotta remember, get a belt first.
Right. That's because because Tevin was taking for to get a belt, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was telling Tevin Farmer get a belt.
Yeah.
And then you had Ellerby saying that shit. Everybody is always with this fucking and I blame all the previous A sides when they be telling niggas to make demands for fights that we already want to see that would sell.
Or at least has buzz.
That has buzz. Like y'all niggas shoot themselves in the time. David, I think Blitz is fucking Tevin Farmer. I think I don't know why he just don't handle this work. And for as good as Tevin Farmer is, he has the skills to match up with Davis. He could possibly win. So I don't know why these niggas are just pussyfooting around. Because that's what it is. I don't even like to use that word when it comes to boxing, especially professional boxers, but niggas is old school pussyfooting around.
Right. It's like either or they're low key waiting for each other to actually lose their belts so they can start talking shit to each other.
That's gonna take forever, my nigga. Like, at least on Davis' side, like with the niggas he fighting, and he's only fighting. Okay, Tank probably ain't gonna fight the rest of this year. he got his normal 2 rounds, 3 rounds out this year, 4 rounds. He fought twice. If I mention him in the second half of the wrap up, it's gonna be the same line basically. The showcase fights. I could repeat that line for the last 2 years of this nigga career, bro. Like literally. Like come on, man. Neither one want to fight each other, man. I'm just convinced that they both happy that they got their little belt. Tevin Farmer getting his little shine with the hardcore fans. Davis, he kind of stepping it up into the little shade room, TMZ circles. Right. He buzzing in the urban crowd. So I think both like where their career is going, and no one's in a rush to level up. Everybody's like, fuck it, I'm content.
Yeah, especially Farmer.
Considering they're both champs. Considering they're both champs, that's really fucking stupid to not want to level up on a fucking champ. Like, really?
Yeah.
These dudes. I've been saying this for forever. If they're not going to make an attempt to make this fight, I don't want to hear them talking about it. I don't want to hear them saying each other's names. I don't want to hear what the fuck. There's no reason to just use each other for promotion when you have no interest in making it happen.
Right. And then also just another thing to bring up too, and I know we talked about this before with 130. 130 is not the division where unifications happen like that. I mean, as I mentioned before, 130 has not had a unification of just even 2 belts since 2006. That was the last time a fighter, and that was Barrera versus Robbie Peden. That was the last time 130 had a unification, a successful one. It's in 130 though. To its credit, I mean, they had champions there that had wars at that weight. But now I think 130 has cooled off for the time being.
Yeah, honestly, it's a stepping stone division. Like niggas just want to. It's a clout division. Niggas get their little clout at 130, hog a belt for a little minute, and then they eventually go to 135. And in 135, it's like they're kind of forced to fight somebody better, and then we see what's good.
Right. It's just like, I mean, just like we have Farmer and Tank on that. Then we also have the issue with Rochelle and Jamel Herring. Unfortunately, Rochelle doesn't want to, obviously because they can actually make the fight easily since they're both not say they're both top ranked, but one has a relationship with Top Rank, the other one is Top Rank. They can even make that fight a lot easier than they can make Tank versus Farmer, promotional wise. And it's just like, no, one fighter doesn't want it. And the other one's like, has been wanted, but he can't do anything about it. So it's kind of sad how 130 is operating these days, especially after like years of absolute wars, by brave champions in that division. You know, and it's just sad too that a fight that people actually want to see, like the fight that has buzz, like a Tank versus
For
a
a while. It's
Yeah.
been buzzing for like a year and a half. Like you can say 2 years. Like how long does this fight have to buzz before somebody says, man, you know what? Let me get a couple million out and let me just make this fight.
Like it's buzzing to the point where it can actually carry a main event card. It can main event a card.
Yeah,
Does he
of course.
have-
Dude, that's a main event. That honestly, that's a main event. Like you couldn't make it co-main event to anything unless the main event itself had to be like a Joshua Ruiz type of shit, or you know something at that level, or just something at that level, nigga. Shit.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like it's like what the
Canelo
fuck?
Golovkin, you know, a big Canelo Andre, you know, those are type of main events they would have to co-main. It's better off as its own main event, but I don't think these niggas want it. They just want to Twitter wrestle and you know run up on
Right.
each other at fights and say, "Nah, you ducking me," and "Nah, I'm ducking you." Like, no, we're ducking each other. And let's fool the public. Like these niggas is a meme right now. Like,
Right, you know. And it's just like, I mean, the first couple of tweets back and forth, okay, yeah, they were entertaining. They were a little in a diatribe, you know, they were talking shit, okay. But when you're just doing it to do it and there's no action behind it, it's just like, come on. It gets to the point where you actually want to see both of them lose their belts. Just so this nonsense could actually stop. But I mean, let's say, you know, yeah, they're in situations where Farmer, you know, after years of, you know, finding his trade or whatever, not really getting opportunities, he's one of the marquee fighters on Matchroom and the Zone. He's making good cheese, you know what I'm saying? He's making dough. So, and he's comfortable and he's
yeah, but
acting.
the thing is, his stature in the sport hasn't risen because he's not putting guys away, man. He's not like woman, you know, can't have a performance like he had last week. He has to keep looking good.
Yeah,
So,
he definitely.
you know, all that super defensive shit, you know, chill with all of that. Like, and to be honest, like, yeah, you know, he was having the moves, but I feel like Moreno had more of Sweet Pea style to me, honestly. Like the way his stance is, and Selmo Moreno,
Yeah.
he really kind of moved like Sweet Pea, like, and he pumped him, huh?
Because I haven't heard that name in a while.
I know, right? But shit, he was more of a G than these two niggas right now. He wasn't ducking. He wasn't ducking cats back then.
I don't know.
He took the phase. Shit, don't talk about honoring Sweet Pea when you ducking people.
Right. I mean, like,
That's all I'ma fucking say, dog.
yeah, like, I mean, Tevin, you know, we support you, bruh. You know, we support you. We like your skills, bruh. You know, I mean, don't be defensive, be defensive. But if you're out there talking smack to your fellow champions, but no action behind it, you know, it's just like, you know, it makes people sour on you. And that's why they were booing. They weren't booing just on your performance. I mean, personally,
Yeah, there's been worse performances.
yeah, they've been working. But they just want to see that now. They want to see a competitive fight, someone that can challenge your skills. It's not just it was more than the opponent. And Tank is the one that can do that. And Tank also can vice versa can get someone who's durable enough, you know, to actually avoid his bombs for a couple of rounds. They try to make things a little
Exactly. Yo, somebody give JoJo Diaz a call.
interactive.
Yo, so somebody give Turbo Fist a call.
You know, it's just like
Gary Russell Jr. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. There was one point when I was like, damn, this nigga never gonna step it up. But shit, dude got like a Hall of Famer resume to fucking compared to these two. Like, that's how crazy boxing is.
Yeah, boxing is something else. You know, it's but yeah, I mean, Tevin Farmer, Tank. You know, we're waiting, man. Like I said, I mean, on the main event, we'll watch it. Like, you know, it's not we are legit anticipating the fight, and as are thousands and thousands and thousands of others, maybe even millions, are anticipating this fight. So y'all figure this shit out. So yeah, I mean, Pete, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not holding out hope anymore. I'm just gonna wake me up when it happens, because these guys are just gonna talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and not fucking do it. Like, I'm like, if you're not gonna do it, don't be on each other's social media. Stop using each other's names to promote. Like, what the fuck? It don't make like y'all like fucking rappers, like just rapping about another man's name, just to get promotion, just say the name. Like, nah, if y'all not gonna be like, why you say each other's name? Like, it's the same thing. Like, if y'all not gonna fight, why you fucking say each other's name? Don't do that shit. It's tiring.
Word.
It's draining.
Absolutely, Pete. 100% agree. So yeah, I mean, that's the recap from this past weekend.